This one is lovely and simple. Literally all you need is a piece of gold card and a Sharpie pen or any kind of thick black pen. I am going to write golden ticket on here, and my model is just going to be wearing normal clothes. It could be a pair of jeans and a top, but Charlie Bucket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, as I'm sure you've guessed this is for, has a pair of jeans, a white t-shirt and a kind of orangey jacket in the Quentin Blake illustration, so you might want to go with that. My model had on a pair of shorts and a shirt, which looks really cute, and all they need is this golden ticket, and it says everything for you. It's great, I think, for children who aren't particularly keen on dressing up, because they can just wear their normal clothes. They've got the golden ticket that can be shown as they come in. They can say, I'm Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I can go away. That is it. They are done. So that's a really simple one, and it shouldn't take very long at all to get that up and running. One of my children's favourite books when they were growing up was Slinky Malinky by Linley Dodd, which is all about a black cat who goes out into the neighbourhood. So, really simple, pair of black tights. If you want to do another cat, I will find some other cats in literature who you might be able to use as well. You could have a pair of tan tights as well. So, pair of black tights. All my black tights seem to have holes in the toes, so there's always a pair knocking around somewhere. Stuff that with something. It could be scrunched up newspaper, it could be old socks, it could be the fluffy interlining from toy making, if you've got some of that stuff around the house, which I always seem to for some reason. So then you stuff the sock and you chop off one end of it, and you can safety pin that to the back of your child's black clothes. They should be wearing all the same colour, and then we can have, excuse me, then we can have a headband with some black paper cut into ears on it. So we've got black ears, all in black dress, and a little black tail. Super cute, boys and girls, lovely. And I will make a list of all the different books that could be used for. There's lots out there. So, little bit more sophisticated, but not too much, so don't worry. My favourite book when I was growing up was Charlotte's Web, one of my favourites. I had lots. So how about going as Charlotte the Spider from Charlotte's Web? Yet again, you can use black tights or tan tights, a couple of pairs this time, 2 pairs. You would stuff the legs again with scrunched up paper or old socks, or just something that you've got around to give it a little bit of body. And then you will be attaching those by either sewing them on, or you can use safety pins to the side, either side of your child, and then a piece of thread all the way through that they can hold up, and you've got a spider. If you've got a very small child, it's probably worth using children's tights instead of adult tights, because otherwise the tights get a little bit long, which is sometimes fun but could also trip them over. If they want to be a really scary spider, then probably longer ones are good. You could also go Aragog from Harry Potter is a spider. Shelob from Lord of the Rings is a spider. So if you're looking for something a bit more sophisticated, there you go. But Charlotte from Charlotte's Web has always been one of my favourites. Another book that fired my imagination when I was young was The Borrowers, which is all about a family of really little people who live in a house full of big, normal-sized humans. I was always fascinated by what they used that belonged to the big people to help themselves in their daily lives. So this is one you could have lots of fun with. My plan is to have a roll of paper, which I'm going to cover with silver foil, and then I'm going to put a little silver foil circle on the top, and that is going to look like a pin. And then I also am going to I've cut out already a piece of card in a circle, and I've making it look like a button. So I've done an inner circle and then 4 dots in the middle. I'm going to put a piece of card on the back, sellotape a little loop of card on the back for my model to hold on to. And then, in a complete stroke of genius, obviously, I've got the very clean inside of a dustbin, which is going to be covered with silver foil, so to look a little bit like a thimble, which is going to go on his head. I think it might be a tiny bit small, but we'll see what we can do. So there's so many things that you could have some fun with. If you've got climbing rope, then that could be like string, look like oversized string for them to use, as because they do use that for climbing. There's a couple of characters in the borrowers. There's Arietti Clock, who is the main character. She is a teenage girl who wants to meet with the grown-up boy or a little boy who's moved into the house. There is Pod Clock, who is Ariette's dad, and Homily Clock, who is her mum. So you've got a couple of different characters that you can use for boys and girls, and you can really have a little bit of fun with that and use your imagination. But most of all, just have a little bit of fun with it and take the terror out of World Book Day.